Guards saw three men asleep. They were looking at fake heads. At first, it looked like one strange detail in an otherwise ordinary night. The case file starts in Alcatraz Island, California, United States, where the timeline seems simple until investigators compare the evidence against the clock. In June 1962, Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin escaped from Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. That timestamp mattered because it created the first pressure point in the investigation. They used dummy heads to make it appear they were asleep in their cells. Investigators treated that as the first sign that the person involved understood the location, the camera angles, and the routine. Investigators found evidence of a homemade raft and life vests. That was when the case changed from a simple report into a full investigation. Detectives reconstructed the movements minute by minute, looking for what happened before the obvious moment, not after it. The official investigation concluded they likely drowned, but no bodies were recovered. The scene did not look chaotic. That was the problem. It looked controlled, almost arranged, like someone wanted investigators to follow one path. The question of whether they survived remains a famous American mystery. The evidence created three questions: who had access, who knew the timing, and who benefited from the confusion. When investigators checked the timeline again, the most important clue was not what appeared on camera, it was what disappeared from the record. One witness statement conflicted with the physical evidence, but only by a few minutes. In a case like this, a few minutes can change everything. The phone records, camera gaps, and small objects left behind all pointed to planning rather than panic. That made investigators focus less on strangers and more on someone who knew exactly how the night should look from the outside. The case status remained that escapees were never confirmed alive or dead, but the strongest evidence pointed back to timing, access, and motive. Status: escapees were never confirmed alive or dead. The most unsettling part is that the biggest clue was hiding in plain sight the entire time. If the timeline is right, then the critical move happened before anyone realized a crime had taken place. That is why this case still feels wrong. The evidence does not scream, it whispers. And once you notice the missing detail, the whole story turns in a different direction. Which clue would you follow first? The camera gap, the timeline, the object left behind, or the person who knew too much? Comment your theory. Subscribe to Crime Division for more case files.